that. It opens up the flavor and the aroma. How are you that much into your beer already?
Well, I'm thirsty.
Because you pulled it. My real assessment of where the Denver Nuggets are at. Is my confidence shaken?
Yes, come on.
I mean, it's shaken in that it looks really bad right now. But I can't get past the fact that we're in a mini purgatory. You can't expect to achieve your highest possibilities and goals without your ideal lineup in place. I mean, we're missing our best defenders. You can't overstate that. It's just, if you miss Jamal for a year, you're dead. If you miss your best defenders, suddenly your seemingly fixed defense is worse than it's ever been. And so, I mean, I understand why everybody's freaking out. The vibes have been atrocious, absolutely atrocious. This is probably the most down we've been in the last 5 years.
I think no, it's not the most down. I think it's a specific point in time where this is year 3 of the injury fatigue excuses. Ironically, they've never been more valid than they are right now.
I know.
You know? It's of course they're struggling with these injuries, but no one wants to hear it right now.
No, they don't.
And that does also, there is a sort of bottom line need. This is a results-based business, right? So if they fall short, it's, all right, sure, well, it was because they were hurt. How many years in a row is this going to be the story?
I think that's a good point, man. I'm just kind of tired of the tired narrative.
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking about, are these guys in shape?
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking about, is Yoke in shape?
Yes.
It's kind of over. I'm kind of just over the excuses, even if they are valid.
I know.
I think the thing about this shape, though, I was thinking is Aaron Gordon, we feel like he's coming back. He's missed 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it's been. You could bounce back from that. But it's been more than 5-6 weeks because he wasn't back for that long.
Yep.
It really is 4 months that he's been out. He played the beginning of the year, and since then it's been in and out. And so, when we think about the rust factor, how long will it take? It might take actually a little bit longer than we're expecting since he hasn't had a huge run even in the middle of the year.
And he was gone most of last year, too. Aaron Gordon has been... It's actually getting to the point where we start to have uncomfortable conversations about whether or not you can rely on Aaron Gordon to be anything other than a cheerleader. We need his production on the court. His introduction to the Denver Nuggets was the turning point on the championship era.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't get it done that year, it's that is what truly opened it up. And now, you can't play him on a back-to-back. Otherwise, he's going to hurt his hamstring. And it's non-contact stuff to where you're just white-knuckling watching every one of his games because he's so vital.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have this thought where it's oh my God, are we... did we theoretically moved off Mike because maybe his longevity is being... it has always been in question, but he's been way more durable than Aaron Gordon has been the last several years.
Yeah, I will say the thing that I think it really comes down to... I mean, look, we always say the regular season doesn't matter, and I think this year is the ultimate... They have 20 games. It's a lot of time. It's still actually a lot. By the time they get Peyton, it might be 12 games, but it's still a lot of time. And to me, the defining trait of the Nuggets, a couple of them, one, they've been really tough and resilient. That's why they've come back from 3-1 twice, and they just had a lot of resilient wins over their tenure. But two, they're connected, and the Nuggets haven't been connected this year at all.
We're tough.
But they haven't really had a chance to, and it all comes down to, do you think that there's something about this group of players that can come together when it matters or not? And that's what I'm looking at. The Nuggets actually still are pretty good, despite the fact that on a scale of 1 to 10, they're at a 2 on connection. But I think they can find it like that if they just get their guys back.
Well, they did last year very quickly.
Just like that.
They found it last year. I mean, they did have to go 7 games against the Clippers. But the Clippers were good. They went 7 games against the Thunder. Should have won that series. So they found it last year with absolutely no time, even less time than they'll have this year.
Worse vibes.
Way worse vibes. So, can they? Yeah, they could.
Mm-hmm. Are the vibes actually that bad for the team? I mean, I know they're low, but I
don't know if they're that bad for the team.
I think for the fan base, yeah.
I mean, you're in the locker room. What is...
Look, they're bad for one guy. Cam Johnson is an interrupt, man. He's just very clear.
Has it been bad for a while, or is it just...
No, it's very recent. It's these last... Because here's the thing. People forget, Cam actually been playing pretty well for about a month right before.
That's the thing, man.
But he hit kind of a rock bottom in their biggest matchups. And particularly after the Mike trade, you're thinking, well, if there's one thing, maybe you score fewer points, but you're better in these games, we'll take it. And it hasn't been there. So he's in a rut. I think everyone else, I think the core kind of knows how to navigate this. I have no doubt that Aaron Gordon, Jokic, and Murray can figure this out with 20 games. I do think it puts a new coaching staff in a tough position. They've mentioned having to sift through all this data and how meaningful is all the data, the lineup data. So they still need to figure out what the best versions of themselves look like. And the coaches, I think, have had the least to work with in that regard.
Well, that's my other big question. It's like, is it time to start having a conversation about David Adelman in this position? Like, is his approach, are we seeing holes in his approach that a team that is theoretically made up, not theoretically, that is made up of veterans and guys that should be able to self-lead, are we seeing some holes in that philosophy? And do we feel like David Adelman is able to pull these guys together?
I don't know. I think he's been dealt a pretty unfair hand for first-year head coach. And honestly, until the last month, I feel like he navigated it about as well as anybody could have hoped he would.
Right.
He's in a tough spot, and I do think he's messed up a few times over the last stretch. But I feel like any coach would, Like, is he doing that much worse with the hand he's been dealt than any other good coach in the league?
Well, maybe. To me, it's all fair. This is basketball. It's what happens. You kind of just have to roll with it. A lot of teams have had injuries, and they've come away with it. I mean, here's the thing. What do they have to do? What do we have to see in these next? They are coming up on statement week. You could really call it statement 2 weeks if you want to, because it's 2 weeks where they're all tough. So what do we want to see in this stretch?
In a weird way, maybe statement week could not have been coming at a better time.
I kind of agree with this.
It's your chance to turn all these narratives around, to swell belief, to get just the train going in the right direction. So you look at it and go, that's a really tough stretch of schedule. Or you could say, guys are coming back. You go beat these teams, and it's all back on the table.
I mean, screw statement week. It's life or death week.
Yeah.
It really is.
Are we still doing this or not week?
Yeah, it's like, are we actually going to do something or not?
I know. And, with things going bad, the conversation gets crazier and crazier. And you start going into an offseason where Nikola Jokic is not signed. I'm just telling you,
go back
this
to Serbia.
I'm just telling you, this is where it spirals into for people, and it's like, this is why it feels so dire. I don't agree that is where we're at, but I'm just saying, for the fan base at large, it's like that we're getting into those kind of conversations. And it's like, I do feel as though if they show heart and resolve and they're able to come up big in big moments, which I feel like they did against the Thunder. They just missed that goddamn shot. They beat if they beat the Thunder.
I actually think most of the games of this stretch, they've been good. Detroit, the Knicks,
yes,
the Thunder, even the Timberwolves till the wheels fell off at the bench, but so it hasn't been like they played terrible. It's the thing that sucks is against the Jazz and against the Warriors, they played terrible, but those are bad teams. Right. One of them caught them. One of them almost did. What I want to see from the Nuggets is seriousness and an execution on both ends of the floor, because it is the time where I think they've been working towards that. Effort, you can kind of hit and fall into that rhythm quickly. Execution actually takes practice, and I think they've actually been practicing that, for the last handful of games. But these next ones, I want to see it. I want to feel like the team executes game plans the way they did against the Celtics.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
And they've been pretty good against good teams lately. Maybe they just are the team that plays up to their competition and down to their competition. They've been that team a lot in the Jokic era. They have been. And I guess that would bode well for the playoffs. That's what's exciting, though, about this upcoming schedule. There's a lot of good teams, a lot of playoff teams. So,
do we feel good about the fact that we're going into this stretch without Dev?
No, that's sure. I hadn't considered that, actually. I
feel terrible.
It was along with the theme of the season, everybody getting hurt.
4 to 6 weeks.
But would you trade Dev for Aaron Gordon?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
Mr. DNVR for Mr. Nugget?
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.